Hey guys, it's Bizarre Individual here, and today I'm going to finally do the wrap up for the Bizarre's 24-hour manga readathon or 24-hour readathon that I did on the 13th of April. I kind of wanted to participate in commenting on everyone's videos and liking everyone's like Twitter post and everything like that. So I decided that I was going to, instead of just trying to read all in 24 hours and try to keep up with everyone else's posts and stuff, I've like last readathon, I didn't have as much time to read because I felt like I was going back and forth, and I just wanted to get as much reading done as possible. So I decided to start on Friday night. I read 3 volumes. Then I read most of the day on Saturday, and then I took like an actual 8-hour break. And I went and, if you saw my videos, I went around, and everything would be linked down below. I went around and I looked at different like Asian food and tried different things, and it was a lot of fun. So this readathon was dedicated to my sister. She passed away in February on the 13th, so that's kind of why I did it on the 13th of April. And then also the fact that my birthday was April 20th, so I just kind of wanted to bring something like positive into the whole entire thing. And my birthday went so well. I actually got a lot of great manga that I'm going to show off in a haul, and I got some awesome merch that I'll also show off. So, which is kind of funny, the only new stuff I got this month, because I've been broke, and even last month, is from gifts from people. So I do really appreciate everything. I'm going to show it off in a haul coming up, so look forward to that. And yeah, let's just begin. So I added everything up, and I read around 33 volumes of manga in a 24-hour span, give or take. I don't even think I read for a full 24 hours, but I did read some on Friday, like I said, mostly on Saturday, and then I finished up pretty much everything that I was like halfway done with or still kind of working on. I finished up on Sunday just because I took like that 8-hour break. So yeah, let's just begin. I made a whole bunch of notes, so I may be going back and reading that, as it has been a while, and I do apologize. Mostly to Lindsay Tut, the awesome host that literally put up her video the next day, and yeah, I really appreciate her, and I don't even know how she does it, but she just stays on top of everything, like all of her readathons. She reads so much manga. But I will also link her videos down below, which she was an awesome host in this, and I'm looking forward to hosting this again with her. So the first one was actually a birthday present, and I think I got it the day before the actual readathon, so it worked out great, and I wanted to incorporate it into my readathon because I really wanted to read it. So in dedication to my sister, if you didn't know, I did like a sibling family themed, and so this is definitely family related, as it talks about this princess that thinks she has everything together, and let's see what I put in my notes. I don't really want to spoil anything. Okay, I said that. Oh. This was a romance fantasy story. I really enjoyed it. I went to actually purchase the rest of the volumes in my bookstore from birthday money and stuff, and they had like the latest volume, like volume like 15, and they didn't have anything in between, which was really disappointing. Like, I really want to talk about the story. It's so good. It's pretty much it's a lot it has a lot to do with like power and taking over the kingdom, and these two people have to go on a journey and flee. I really want to ruin the first volume for you, but I feel like me going in blind to the first volume was really good, and is a plot twist about betrayal in the very first volume. It's pretty much don't trust everyone until you absolutely know them for sure, and the person that you think that you want to be with may not always be the case. But yeah, Shay Geeks Out actually gave me these, and thank you so much. I absolutely love them. I cannot wait to continue them. As soon as I get more funds, I will definitely be ordering the next few volumes of this. But yeah, this is definitely a slow-paced fantasy, romance, adventure story. I'm just really looking forward to seeing where the characters take it. So yeah, I read the first 2.5 volumes on Friday. So then I continued the other volume when I woke up, because I think I fell asleep at the end of it because I was really tired. Okay, next up, I kind of read this out of the Readathon, throughout the day, but this was a really quick read. Each volume literally took me 15 minutes to read. I don't really feel like I'm gonna necessarily spoil anything in this because it's out of print and I don't feel like that many people read it. It's kind of weird. Like, I don't mind talking about this series, but it's weird. Like, I don't want to talk about a new release series because someone might be spoiled, but this one I don't really feel like I'm spoiling it, if that makes sense. But anyways, the reason why I picked this is it's pretty much like a high school drama going on, and one of the major plot points is this chick right here has to pose as her brother. Her brother died, and so that's why I thought it was super appropriate for this readathon, and to just kind of go back and relive it after realizing, after being more close to that character and understanding what she's going through. I actually noticed a lot more. So she has to pose as her brother because her mom kind of goes crazy and thinks that she's her brother because she can't cope with the death of her son. Yeah, there's just a lot going on, and just the overall story, I actually really enjoyed revisiting the series as I revisited each year, but this is definitely going to be more impactful on me from now on every single time I revisit it. And like I said, it was just kind of like a break in between each read for me, or not each read, but when I was getting kind of tired of reading, I would pick this up and it would just speed me right through it and kind of get me back in because I already knew what was going on. I already really enjoy it. It's definitely a familiar story to me. Like I said, I literally could read one of these volumes in 15 minutes. And also what I didn't notice about before is that I just thought that she was just kind of like a bitch and standoffish. But going back and reading it, because I was like, well, why doesn't she just change in the bathroom? Why does she have to dress as a boy 24/7? Even after her mom, isn't around. And then I came to the conclusion that she kind of did that as, it was her way of coping with her brother's death. She didn't want to be bothered, so she was standoffish, and she, didn't even want to talk to anyone, so, she kind of, escaped in, the boys' clothes so people would leave her alone, because she didn't want to face, her brother's death as well. And that was just kind of something that I never picked up reading it before. I just thought that she was just a bitch. So that was really quite interesting to kind of, pick up on that. Of course, it's not really addressed in it, but I mean, that's just my take on it. But I think it's definitely a new take, and it's interesting. And just to point out, this is my favorite character. She's an otaku, and she does cosplay and everything else, and I absolutely love her. And she doesn't get that much play in it. But yeah, so anyways. So next up, kind of I did to that one is I read all these. I didn't read as much as I wanted to. I wanted to finish, I think there's six volumes in total of the second part. Yeah, I think it's a 12-volume series. You can get this series, of course, by Dark Horse, and in omnibus form, it's 3 in 1. and they're big and they're beautiful, and I can't wait to get them. They're also re-releasing this in a collector's edition, which I am all for, going to get 100%. But this is the old Tokyo Pop edition, and I really wanted to finish this, rereading this series, because I wanted to start Clear Card, and I haven't started Clear Card yet. I think I have the first volumes, 2 volumes of Clear Card, and I think they're on volume like 6 or something. So I'm really behind. I watched the anime Clear Card, but I really want to read the manga, and just rereading this. Let me see my notes. I really just always enjoy it every single time I read it. It's just so much fun. It definitely didn't take me 15 minutes to read each one. It took me about 30 to read it, since it was a reread. So I did speed by these. So it's kind of like a win and lose situation. Like when you're doing a readathon, you want to kind of mix and match like volumes that you already read that you really enjoyed to kind of like get you going. But then at the same time, you don't want to reread everything, because you want to enjoy new titles. So but yeah, I think I said that I talked about this series enough, and I absolutely love it, so I'm not going to talk about it that much. So let's just move on. So next up, I read volumes 1 through 10, minus I don't think I have volume 4, but it's like this colored manga by Tokyo Pop, and I thought it would be really a quick read, but it actually wasn't, because I was going through and I was comparing it to the anime, and it takes clips from the anime, but I was like, wait a minute, did that happen in that order? And then I was comparing it to the manga, so I was going back and rereading everything. So in the end, this actually took me quite a while to read, and it's not that long, and it's, you know, in color, so I honestly thought I could literally just flip through it. Definitely not the case. So I definitely want to kind of go back and revisit this and just kind of like enjoy it, because I was kind of all over the place with this, which wasn't good, because which isn't good when you're in a readathon. But yeah, I did enjoy it. So, and I really makes me really want to go back and revisit the anime as the manga did. So yeah. Okay, so now into, I think, mostly new to me stuff. I read Wandering Sun. Whimsical Pictures actually recommended this one to me, as it's really family oriented, and it's pretty much a This was actually quite an interesting title for me. It definitely, I'm definitely feel really privileged that I actually got to read such an out of print title, and I definitely feel really, I definitely feel more educated, and I definitely want to learn more about the topic of trans, and but I feel like the 2 stories that I did read on this topic is Wandering Sun and Claudine? Yeah, Claudine, I think. I don't know the title of it, but I have it. Where did I put it? I should have took it over here, but I thought I had it in this side stack. But anyways, both I was really confused on. The other one was just kind of tragic, and I didn't like how it flowed together, and it was just really confusing because they were switching back and forth through he and she, and in this one it's definitely a lot more innocent. It's about 5th graders, and it's about a 5th grader that was born a boy that likes to wear girls' clothes, and then her. See, it's really hard to say, because at that age, I mean, I'm not saying that you don't know what you are, and I really don't want to dive in and offend anyone, because honestly, like, let's just be honest, I have no idea what the hell I am. But anyways, I just feel like in this book, at least in this volume, they're still trying to find themselves and what they like, and I don't feel like it's necessarily fair to say that they want to be the opposite sex. Then I don't want to say what they were. I guess what they were scientifically scientifically born with. So yeah, this is just like a really hot topic, and it's definitely really interesting, and I kind of know what I believe on the topic, and but I don't feel like I should go into it in a manga video. So let me know down in the comments your feelings on it, and but it was definitely an interesting read. It was definitely really slow paced. I just feel like not even the topic of trans had anything to do with me not really being engaged in the story. It was just super slow paced, and I was just confused on the other story I read on the topic. Like give me like a drama with the topic in it, and I'll definitely be more into it. It has nothing to do with the topic at hand, if that makes sense. But if I do get a chance to continue reading this story, I will definitely pick it up. It's just really slow paced for me, and yeah, it was interesting. It wasn't bad. It was just kind of boring and slow. Sorry. But yeah, okay, moving on. So next up is Descending Classroom by Junji Ito. I was just about to give up on absolutely all horror because I read a couple of different titles, and I did not like any horror at all. I do like a lot of horror anime, so it's kind of weird that I wouldn't really like any horror manga. Like, just the titles that I read were just either too creepy for me, or they just didn't click well, and maybe I just wasn't in the right mindset. So I was just kind of like, I'm not going to get anything that I don't enjoy, so let's just let's just give this one a try. My friend was selling it for $5. That's like half off, even more than half off. And I was like, it's one volume, it finishes, let's just get it. So I just got it, and it just sat on my shelf, and honestly I just wanted it for Junji Ito, just so I can, have something to, look at to say that I had something by Junji Ito, to be honest. So I gave horror one more try, and I'm so glad I did. I absolutely loved this series, or not series, manga. A lot of people do not like this. I'm already at 17 minutes, so I might cut it off at 30 and then make it a two-parter. But yeah, it's just a pair of twisted siblings, so I knew that this just fit in. It was my time to read this. I'm just so glad that I picked it up. It is about, of course, these two siblings, and he's kind of like a ladies' man. He's kind of like standoffish, but that kind of attracts women to him. As the story goes on, I wouldn't even say it's funny. How do I describe this? It's so hard. I found amusement in it, so in very twisted parts that I shouldn't. This chick right here is creepy as fuck, but my sister is creepy, I was creepy, we're both really morbid. The things we believe in are really morbid. We like really morbid and disturbing things. My sister and me we were just crazy, so this definitely just, perfect time to read it. I'm so glad I got it. Loved it. A lot of people do not like it, but hey, it's one volume. If you like, I wouldn't even say if you like horror, because I know a lot of horror fans didn't like this. I don't even know who I would recommend this to. Get it, try it out. If you don't like it, resell it, give it to your friend that you think will like it. I suggest get it, because I really enjoyed it. Okay, next up is Trainstar Exorcist. I read this for Flipitaku. He absolutely loves this shonen, and I actually really enjoyed it. Granted, it wasn't my favorite, but I definitely enjoyed it, and I'm definitely glad I have more volumes of it to continue. I wouldn't have read it for this readathon. I would have picked something else, because some titles I didn't get to. because they're not really twins like I thought, so I thought it would be more sibling or family oriented. Granted, they kind of all become family. They live their exorcist who, it's kind of like, I guess, a school. Let's see, I read it so long ago. Let's see my notes. And didn't take that many notes on it, just that I wouldn't have read it. But yeah, I enjoyed it. So there you go, Master J. I enjoyed a shonen. So next up, this is actually a reread, but I've read it. I bought it from my roommates. They had the first 2 volumes, and I didn't enjoy it the first time I read it. I said it was okay, but and I reread this, and I absolutely loved it. I don't remember any of it. I remember a different story completely. I don't know why I didn't enjoy this the first time, but I guess it was just the headspace I was in, and I read it like 4 or 5 years ago. But yeah, so I'm kind of just comparing these two together, both about Exorcist, and yeah, this was just so much fun. I have so many more volumes of this. Of course, I'm not up to date, but I will be putting this on a project that I'm working on for Lindsay Tut, or with Lindsay Tut. She's doing this tackle your TBR. Since my TBR is so big, I'm actually making a separate shelf, but that's a different video. But I'll definitely be putting the rest of these on there. Really enjoyed this. It's pretty much about him going to exorcist school, and just there's a lot of twists, and he finds out that his father is Satan himself. And so then also it's about his twin brother, which I don't want to ruin it for you, but I want to tell you. See, I would be awful at reviews. I'd be like, guys, I'm just going to just speak whatever I want to say and just ruin the whole entire volume for you. So sorry, but if you've read this, message me on Twitter, Instagram, whatever, because I definitely would love to keep talking about this, because I enjoy this so much and I can't wait to continue to read it. But yeah, so the theme was his brother and then his father, so that's why I picked it for siblings, and it fit great. Loved it. This one is a little bit more personal for me. It's called 12 Days, and it's not actually, it wasn't made in Japan. It's by June Kim, and this was a reread, and like many of my rereads that I say, I didn't pick up on a lot of stuff the first time around, and I think I kind of just like read this really fast, and the topic kind of threw me for a loop. It didn't freak me out, as I do think that it would freak out most people, but like I said in my haul that I got this in, it reminded me of a CSI episode where this lady, to become healthy, she murders people, and she eats their ashes like in smoothies and her food and stuff like that. Of course, this was not anything like that, but her girlfriend dies, and to be close to her, she eats her ashes, and it was just so freaking, it made me cry, because of course, if my sister didn't die, it wouldn't have made me cry, but it just reminded me so much of her. This part's just gonna get so personal, so I apologize, but just the fact, this is the impact of being that close to her, and just like her going crazy, and what she will do to be close to her her girlfriend. Wasn't her sister, but what's really, really fucked up about this particular volume is the fact that she is really good friends with, she becomes really good friends, well, really close with her girlfriend's brother, and that just kind of so hit home, because I became better friends, and now he's kind of like a brother to me, my sister's boyfriend, and so we like talk all the time, and we hang out and stuff, and so they in here they actually start drinking and eating her ashes together to get close to her, and it's just so messed up. And and also in here, it also happened around Christmas time. And granted, my sister didn't die um, at Christmas time, but the last time I saw her was Christmas. And so that was making me bawl my eyes out. Let's just see my notes, because like I was taking notes as I was reading this, and I was just like crying. Um, but yeah, I was just talking about how even though that it's like different between her girlfriend's relationship and the guy's sister dying, like, and then comparing it to my sister dying and my sister's boyfriend's relationship with her, I really felt so close to him, because I felt like, in a way, even though it was so different, he was kind of the only one that can truly understand, even though that we're understanding two different things and it's impacting us in two different ways. I feel like we're the only ones that are kind of on the same level, so it really brought us closer together, just in real life. But yeah, so let's see my other notes. And yeah, I was just feeling like how emotionally, like how I would feel like eating my sister's ashes, because it's just really difficult to feel like how close I would feel to her, because just like having her stuff is, I got some of her things, and most of them are still in a box because I just can't even deal with it yet. I left her ashes actually over at my parents' house, and after they should probably like thank God her ashes are at her parents' house so you won't eat them. But I'm not planning on eating my sister's ashes. But for I still think it's morbid. I still think it's morbid. I'm just trying to relate more to this story. So don't get me wrong on that. But I can't deal, and I haven't been going to my parents' house that much because they have like a shrine of her, and I want a shrine of her, but I'm just not ready yet. And this book is awful. Just so many emotions, like. But yeah, and I think in here I think it says something about like dreamings, and I've been like dreaming about my sister a lot. So like when the people in this are dreaming about their loved one passing, then it kind of brought up memories there. Um, I think I just wrote like so much, and I just think I should kind of stop there. You kind of get the idea. So yeah, there's that, and now everyone's gonna think differently of me because they're gonna know how crazy I am. But anyways, okay. Next up, what a fun read! I loved this. I'm so glad that Ataka Mike gave this to me. I won it in a one of his giveaways, and I just loved it. Absolutely loved it. Full Metal Alchemist. It's such a good quality. Like, it was such a fun read. I really enjoyed it. Really colorful. It's about two brothers, and they're trying to see, I'm so bad at this. It's two brothers, and they're trying to kind of put themselves back together because I think it's a curse or something. And it's just their journey of, and it did, and even though it continues to the fact that they're still on this journey and on this quest. I don't think I'm going to continue it right now just because I'm so broke and these are pricey, which is worth every penny. But I think I'm just going to kind of put this in the back burner for now, because it kind of wrapped up in this volume because they defeated the main bad guy of the volume. These are the volumes and a half of the regular volumes if you're curious, but definitely I enjoyed it, so not much else to say. Next up, I finally got to read volume 4 of Delicious in Dungeon, and it was just so fun. I cannot wait to get the rest of it. Kind of like what Lindsay Tut and Amasco J were saying is they finally kind of, the reason why they went into the dungeon, they met their quest, and yeah, so you would think it would be over, or at least there would just be one more volume, because they would have to get back out of the cave. So it's pretty much this guy right here. He goes inside to save his sister with his friends, and they have no money because the whole entire mess was that they went into the cave on a quest and they lost everything, and they got defeated by the dragon. They had to retreat out of the cave. So and his sister got eaten. So before she's digested, which that part was creepy in here. This is just such a fun time. It's really slow paced, yes. Just really enjoying the art, just enjoying the characters, just enjoying the ride. Can't wait to get more. It's just, they're $15 each, so if there's not a sale, I'm not going to get them. Even though I am really enjoying it, just $15, $15, wow. For volumes, just not worth it for me. I mean, unless it's like, you know, this is worth $15. I just can't afford it right now. Like a hard, definitely. And it's retailing for $20, so I don't understand, and you can probably get online for $15. I don't understand why this is $15. Even though I'm really enjoying, like, the size of it. Yeah. Because I feel like it really works well with the art. Okay, next up is, this one's kind of also really personal to me. My sister, I didn't know that she kind of like, you know, watched my Facebook. I didn't know that she watched my, actually not gonna make this a two-parter. I'm just gonna try to hurry it up a little bit. I didn't know that she watched my channel, but, Kent, my sister's boyfriend, said that she, stalked my Facebook. She just didn't comment or anything. And that was super special to me. And then she watched my channel, and granted, I don't think she knew exactly what manga was. She probably just like skimmed it and said, oh, those are comics that he likes. So Kent gave me this and said that my sister and him was going to give it to me. He wrote me a note, and even though I don't read that much graphic novels, I really enjoyed this. It's definitely written in a completely different style. Like I said, I didn't read much graphic novels, so I don't know if a lot of graphic novels are written to that, but it kind of switches back to kind of like an old style detective thing where he's narrating and the guy's talking and telling the story, and then it goes to scenes where it's played out. So, and it goes back and forth of this guy right here. So it was just really, really interesting to see a different like style of telling a story, and it was so far just like, it's like a graphic novel, a lot of sex, has nothing to do with family. But give me 1 second. Sorry, there's someone, Justin's at my door. But anyways, a lot to do with family and stuff. But yeah. So, anyways, it was just really special that she wanted to give this to me, and she couldn't, obviously. But so, and next up, I attempted to read this. Didn't make far on it, but he Kent gave me this just because he wanted me to see the art style of it, and I absolutely love the part I read of it. It's like made on like this paper. Just really weird art. It's about monsters, obviously, but I'm definitely going to put this on my TBR and finish it. But yeah, just wanted to thank everyone for reading along with me and stuff like that. And Justin's freaking out because he wants in. But anyways, I will end it here, and hope you guys enjoyed watching.